Alright, hey, he's Mega here, and this is a Alta Redshift SM video. We're going to be installing some Warp9 front axle sliders, alright? So if you watched a previous video of mine, I actually already did make some skateboard wheels, alright? But we in this video, we want to make sure, or we want to verify that we can use these, alright? These Warp9 sliders, alright? So I got these from Warp9Racing.com. These is $49 plus probably like $12 shipping or something. They always charge a lot for shipping. And so I already did the video on the rear sliders. I actually have them on the bike right now. They're great. Alright, now we're going to see if the front ones fit. I already know that I think the rod that goes through the axle is probably not long enough, alright, because the Redshift has a triple clamps that are wider than KTM, right? They use it's the same suspension that KTM's uses, but I think the axle is longer, and yeah, obviously the axle will be longer, and the triple clamps are longer, so that means this probably won't fit. All right, sort of. We're gonna salvage what we can from this. All right. So how did I get this? I got this from Warp9Racing.com. And I ordered for alright, here's the bikes that you, so when you go to the Warp9 website, you go to the Supermoto parts, and you go under sliders, and then there's like a drop down menu to choose a bike, alright? And so this is the bike that I chose, alright? It's a KTM HUSQVARNA black front axle sliders, alright? That's what it says here on the invoice. For the HUSQVARNA, it's for I will put a subtitle right here, all right, where which models for the Huskies are, okay? It's a HUSQVARNA FE/TE 125 to 501, 2016 to 2017 models, FC 250 to 450, 2015 to 2017 models, FC 350, 2015 to 2017 models, TC 125 to 250, 2015 to 2017 models. Okay. For the KTM, all right. KTM, it's for a EXC, EXC-F, EXC-W, EXC-F-W, 125 to 530. That's 2016 to 2017 models. And then for a SX-F, XCF, 125 to 450, 2015 to 2017 models. And then it says factory edition XXF 250, 450, 2014 to 2017 models. Okay, so if you put, I guess if you put any one of those bikes, all right, I think I just put like KTM EXC or something, and you'll get this. All right, so let's take a closer look at this, and then we'll see if we can get it to install on the bike. All right. Okay, ta-da! There it is. All right, that's how it comes. All right, Warp9Racing.com. Warp9Racing.com. This is the number on the back here where the barcode is. AS-3218-2. Okay, let's go open it up. Okay, well, there it is. That's what you're gonna get, guys. So let's just take it apart. The Redshift seat is like kinda small, so alright, so there it is. That's the whole dealie right there. Alright, there's a locking nut on one side. It's pretty small, looks like a 10 mil. Oh, it's a mechanical locking nut. It's a very nice one. Fancy. Oh, and I can't even, it's on there so tight I can't get it out. Hold on, I need a tool to take it out. Just in case you're wondering, the nut is a 10, it takes a 10 millimeter. I think they custom made this rod. Okay. Okay, it takes a 10 mil, well, it takes 10 millimeter to take it out, but I don't think it's a 10 mil. We'll get some calipers out, we'll go measure that in a bit. All right, so there's the rod. One side has your puck, okay? There's a puck with some kind of spacer in it. Okay, it's with there's like a metal spacer in there, or a sleeve. All right, that's going to go in there, and then there's a washer that goes on top. All right, and then there is this another spacer. All right, I think this is the one that goes inside the axle. It's very similar to the one that we made for the with the skateboard wheels. Okay. Then here you've got what looks like an axle plug. All right, maybe this is to take the place of the axle the axle nut that you have. It's all black anodized. I think you can get them in different colors too, guys. And then here's the other puck. All right, it's Delrin puck. And then there's that sleeve. All right, it goes over it. Okay, and then you've got this very long bolt. All right, so let's go get some measurements real quick. Okay, let's just check the diameter. The threads, 6 millimeter. All right, so it's a M6. All right, guys, just under 6 millimeters. Okay. The non-threaded part is 6 millimeters. Okay. Like I mentioned, the head is 10 millimeters. Okay. All right, so there you go. You got the bolt or rod. You've got the pucks, and then you've got two kind of spacers, and then inside you've got whatchamacallit, another spacer. Okay, in there. It's like a kind of sleeve type thing. Okay. And they do sell replacement pucks at Warp9 Racing. I think they're like 20 bucks or something. Okay, so let's see if we can let me see what I can do with these guys. All right. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this video is mainly for educational purposes, whether we can adapt this to fit the Redshift, all right? Because the Redshift's suspension components are very similar to that of a KTM, all right? So this is the spacer, all right? This is the important part, guys, all right? There's a spacer that comes with it, and it fits, all right? So that's going to go in that hole, all right, for the axle, and then this is going to go on that, all right? Looks like it belongs there. Pretty nice. Okay, it's black anodized. So that is the right side. The right side fits. Okay, I believe this one is supposed to go here. Okay, now I don't know if it's going to work, guys. So this one looks a little bigger. That's what I want to say. But let's take this out. So that's the axle nut for the Redshift, and it doesn't fit, guys. Unfortunately, it's big pot the wrong one, baby. All right, so that no worky. All right, but you know what? Oh, you know what? I could probably use this, guys. We could probably still use this, in my opinion. All right. Anyway, let's put this back in. So unfortunately, yeah, the threads for the left side don't fit, all right? For whatever reason, it fits on the right side, but doesn't fit on the left side, all right? So the left side has this axle nut in there. It's kind of like an axle nut. And yeah, so and then this one doesn't screw in there. So unfortunately, we can't use that. And really what we need it for is just a spacer, all right, guys? So we can probably modify this. All we have to do is take the freaking what is it? The threads off of this. All right, and grind it down, turn it down in size so it'll stick right in there. Okay, so that's what we're gonna have to do, I think. All right, so let's leave this out for now. So another problem I think we're gonna have is this is not long enough. All right, let's see, let's stick it all the way through. I bet it'll go all the way through, but it probably won't. Oh, it does go all the way through. Ha! Huh. Interesting, guys. Let's see if it works. All right, so we're gonna thread this through this way. All right, I guess you could put it either side, it doesn't really matter. All right, and then we're gonna put this spacer on this side. Okay, I guess you could do it either way. All right, and that's gonna go in there like that. That fits perfectly, actually. Does it move around a whole lot? No, I think when you tighten it, it won't. All right, is it reach the other side? Yes, it does, guys. I don't think we need to use it. So HUSQVARNA's plan was to use this. All right, it's called Alta Red. All right, they're threaded rods, and this is what I use to make Supermoto sliders. However, I don't think we're gonna need them. which is good. It's good, but only one of the components didn't work. Alright, so anyway, this was supposed to go in here. You know what? I think it's just barely not long enough. Yeah. Unfortunately, guys, it's barely not long. Especially when we make that thing. So yeah, unfortunately, we can't use it. It's just a little bit too short, unfortunately. If this wasn't here, yeah, if that wasn't there, we could probably use it. But it's just slightly not long enough, man. Dadgummit. What a rip. Alright, yeah, it wouldn't fit. Unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to make a threaded rod for this also, because it's just barely not long enough to. So, maybe I picked the wrong one, guys. So I think this is just supposed to go in here. I mean, I guess you could thread this. You could thread this so this will thread into this, maybe. I don't think I have a tab that big, so I think the best thing to do is to just turn this down, take the threads off, and just slip this in there, and we're going to use this as like a spacer for that. And then I would say just take that off. Let me see what I'm using on for my other ones. Okay, so here is what I used. All right, and the part that we're having a problem with, I said, dude, we just use a sway bar bushing for the spacer on the other side. it worked fine, you know. Yeah, so for this one, this is like a what is it? A handguard? It's no, not a handguard. It's a bar end mirror. All right, it's a bar end mirror end. All right, and then so the way this works, I don't think this is gonna work because the rod is really big. We're gonna have to change the size of the rod, fortunately. But I got different size ones. All right, so this is the right side. We don't need that. All right, because the right side fits on this one. And then yeah, we've got this one. All right, and so what I've done is I've machined this so it fits in there perfectly, and that's exactly what we need. So we need, unfortunately, we don't need this top part, man. This kind of whatchamacallit, this kind of nut part. Yeah, we don't need it. All right, so I think what we're gonna have to do is shave that off. I would say, I hate to say it, don't even use this. Yeah, don't even use this, all right? But I've already made the hole big enough to fit this rod, all right? So, and this rod will not work with this slider. We'll see. Let's take the sleeve off. Maybe we could just use just the slider. Oh yeah, we could. Okay, maybe I could just do that. We'll just put a washer on the top. Yeah, we'll just stick a washer in there. That'll work. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, so I'm already gonna tell you guys that this is already like a kind of fail, all right? But I can still salvage this, all right? We can still use these pucks somehow. It's too bad the rod didn't work, man. The rod's not long enough. So what we could do, I don't think it'll work because it just barely touches this too. So yeah, this is not gonna work, guys. So, unfortunately. It's similar, but not quite. All right, so this needs to be longer. This needs to be larger. All right, it doesn't screw into there. All right, and then yeah. So I think I ordered the wrong one, guys. So sorry to say, don't order the one that Hades Omega ordered because this axle is much. Well, the nut is the wrong size. All right, guys. It's not the one. It's not the right one to fit the Alta, the Supermoto forks. Okay. So, I don't know, I would say maybe just don't even... Okay guys, I'm gonna make this work, alright? I thought like, yeah, you know what, I can mix and match the components and stuff for my homemade one to the Warp9 one, but we're gonna use as much of the Warp9 components as we can. So unfortunately, the rod is not long enough. Fortunately, a 1/4 inch rod, it fits perfectly with that little spacer they have in there, okay? So we can still utilize that spacer, right? And I want to use as much of the Warp9 stuff as possible, okay? So this is a 1/4 inch threaded rod, guys. You can get these at Home Depot or Lowe's, you know, your local hardware store. They have plenty of these, all right? This is a threaded rod, 20 threads per inch. 1/4 by 24 inch zinc plated. Okay, you can get them in various sizes. All right, I think this one says 24 inches, so it's 2 feet long. Okay, I think this should be long enough. Let's double check. Of course. Right, there it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it fits. You probably have enough to make 2 sliders with this. It also fits on the other side. All right. Oh, just barely doesn't. What the heck, man? What the? Oh, just barely doesn't fit, dude. Okay, we're gonna have to make that a little bigger, guys. We gotta make that hole just a teensy bit bigger. All right. And then we can use this spacer thing that they made. All right. So we'll utilize as much of the Warp9 components as we can with the threaded rod. All right. So with the threaded rod, you can also get what is this? These locking nuts, the nylon locking nuts. It's not as good as the mechanical one that they have, but it works. All right. And these are very inexpensive. All right. The good thing about these Home Depot hardware is they're very inexpensive. I probably just this is probably like $5 for that and the fasteners. So okay. So unfortunately, we can't use the cool rod that came with the Warp9 kit. We could probably find a way to extend it, but I think it's not worth it. All right, I think it's just better just to go this way. All right, and plus I don't have anything to thing it. If we were to extend this rod, if we were to try to extend this rod, I think it would hit the inside of the thing. The best thing you could do is probably make it longer. Just weld a bolt to the other end, all right, and make it longer, and then or just make the rod longer. I guess you could, yeah, you could probably cut it here and then just weld a bigger piece in here if you wanted to, because inside here it's pretty big. There's a lot of room. All right, so there's a lot of things we could do with this. All right, but I'm not gonna do it. I could probably do it, but maybe we'll save that for another video. Okay, but I feel it's easier to use the all thread. Okay, plus once we cut this, we can use this to the size that we get, the size that we need for how long this needs to be. Okay. All right, so yeah, we're gonna ditch this guy. All right, unfortunately, it's just not just like an inch too short, man. Okay, so yeah, so what's gonna happen, guys? This is what is going on in the hamster wheel and Hades Omega's brain. All right, so we're still gonna use this nut. All right, that's gonna go on there like that. All right, this is my homemade one. It's so nice, right? All right, so we gotta make this like this one. Okay, so basically I'm gonna put it in the lathe and we're gonna cut the threads off. You don't have to put it in a lathe, you can just use a grinder. I think if you just take the threads off, it should just slip right in. All right, we want something to slip in there, but we don't want it to move like a whole lot. All right, you can move a little bit but not a whole lot. I think this one moves a little bit, just a little bit. See how tight that is? All right, that's good. All right, but you don't want like a whole lot of play. If we were to just stick this in there, there would be a whole lot of play, and you don't want that. All right. So that's why we have to have these spacers and adapters. All right. Okay, so we're gonna turn this down so this will slip in there. All right, and then we just use the stock axle nut, and then I'm gonna shave off this hex part. All right, unfortunately, so it's gonna kind of look ugly. All right, and then because this doesn't sit very well on that, man. I don't know why they designed it like that. I feel it's better if this wasn't here. Okay, so we're gonna take the hex part out, and then we're gonna turn the threads down. All right. Now this is a lot more work than I bargained for. Okay, but the sliders fit with this spacer here. All right, this adapter sleeve. All right, they do fit. Unfortunately, this one doesn't fit. So this side, the right side, we're gonna have to open it up a little bit, because for whatever reason this side doesn't fit. Okay, fits a little bit on this side, but we're gonna open this up a little bit. Okay, it's about 6 millimeters. Right, that's a quarter is about 6 millimeters, guys. Okay, and yeah, so that's the scoop, and then we'll be using most of the Warp9 components, so that'll be great. I think the most of the work is going to be on this, so let's hop to it. Okay, so the most modifications got to be done on this, so we'll start on this. Let's get some measurements. So I already kind of cheated. I already kind of know the stuff that we need. So this is about 20 millimeters, guys, with the threads. All right, well, 19 and a half. Yeah, just about 20. Okay, this one that I made, Hayes Omega Spec axle slider system, is 17 and a half. All right, so we got to get somewhere in that area, around 18 millimeters, I guess. Okay, because like, what was this? Yeah, 17. Wow, that's right on the money actually. 17.43 and 17.43. Wow, that's precision, dude. I grinded that to precision, guys. All right, so yeah, we want it somewhere around 17 and a half millimeters. Right, that's what we want. So we're gonna go turn this down. All right, and this already goes through our rod. Yeah, for whatever reason. Oh no, this one doesn't either. What the freak, man? Yeah, man. I don't know why. These don't fit in here, but it fits in one side but not the other. Well, we're gonna wind up grinding the top of this off anyway, so it probably will fit. But yeah, it's not a problem to make the hole a little bit bigger, man. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna turn this down to 17 and a half. 17.5 millimeters. All right. So I've already got a problem. This doesn't fit in the lathe, guys. This is like too small to fit in there. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna grind this first, and then that way this will fit in the teeth right here nicely. Okay, so the other one that I made didn't have anything sticking out of it. All right, so we're gonna cut it out anyway, so we might as well just cut it out first. All right, so here we go. We'll do that first. All right, he's making here. There it is. There's the bolt right there, or the nut. And we're gonna go shave off this hex part here, okay? So I'm gonna use a Harbor Freight cutting wheel, and we're gonna try to cut it as square as possible, all right? If there's a little piece hanging out, it's okay. We can clean it up with the grinder, all right? But all right, here we go. I got my safety glasses on and we're ready to go rip it. Okay guys, not perfect, but pretty good. I imagine that's really, really hot right now. I think that will just twist right off. Ah, yes, it is hot. Okay, there it is. It's nice and flat now. How we want it. Unfortunately, the black anodizing is no more. It's ugly looking. That's what I want to say. Let me go spray some water on it, cool it down. Okay, and I'm gonna try to smooth it. It's actually pretty good already, man. Yeah, I'll just smoothen this one. Yeah, I don't even need. I can just use the Dremel to smooth it now. So, let's do that. Yeah, I don't need a fancy grinder. I just need the Dremel now. We can probably paint it or something to make it look nice again. All right. Okay, I'm gonna try to make it a little flatter. I can feel a little lip right here, so we'll grind that a little bit. This stuff is really easy to grind. I was surprised how the grinder just like ate right through it, man. Okay, that's pretty good. It doesn't have to be super flat, man, but it's close enough. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Okay, there's the part we lopped off. Okay. All right, we'll take this out. The threads are already going to be cut anyway, so I don't care if they get all messed up in the plies. So, all right, it's pretty flat. Looks like I don't have to grind it here actually. All right, he's making here, and well, bam, that's what I came out with, guys. So I hate to say it, I don't think we should have cut that off. It would have actually made it easier. We needed that spacer to space it out. So the problem is, now that it fits in the jaws. Unfortunately, the jaws get in the way when it spins. All right, this is going to spin, and the bit is going to hit this. So I need to space it out enough where I can grind the threads. All right, so I didn't have a spacer that was a 1/4 inch. All right, so I took a 1/4 inch bolt with the 1/4 inch fender washers, and I put it all together. All right, now it's not super duper straight. That's fine. Okay, and I bolted it all together, and then we're going to stick it in here. All right. Stick it in here. All right, that's the idea. So I wonder if they make like fixtures for this that already do this. That's a good question. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, Hayes Mega is not the #1 lathe operator in the world. Okay, I dabble in it. All right. Okay, I think that's good. Make sure everything's all clear. I'm gonna go fire it up real quick to see if it spins. It doesn't fly right off. And that looks pretty good. All right, looks pretty straight to me. It looks moving a little bit, but okay. So let's double check the tightness, and then I'm going to start the grinding. All right, or we're going to start the lathing. All right, lathes are really cool. I don't really use them all that much, but they come in handy. Okay, so I'm just gonna get a quick video of me lathing it, and then yeah, so I think the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the threads off. All right, we'll take the threads off. Oh, let me get my light. Okay. Okay, I've grounded most of the threads off. You can still see there's some black still on there, but we're going to go take a measurement, see where we're at. We're at 18.8. All right, so we got to go about 1 more millimeter in, okay? So still plenty to go. All right, I'm just going to speed up the video. Okay, I'm pretty close. I've started cutting into the rest of the bit. There's a section that didn't have any threads on it at the base, and I've started cutting into it now. Okay, so you can see it's all not black anymore. Okay, so now we got to be really careful because we're really close. We're at 17.6. Okay, so we're 0.10 off. Okay, so I think we want to get to 17.5, and then that's when we'll start checking. Okay, we'll take it off and make sure it fits in there. But we're at 17.8 or 17.7, so just a little bit more. Just take just a little bit more, Hayes Vega. All right, there we go. Oh, I think we're right on the money. That's 17.5. Yeah, I think that's right. That's pretty close. Okay, let's go see if it fits. I'm gonna go grab the axle net real quick. Okay, see if it fits. Oh, there we go. Money. It's pretty good. All right, we're done. Done, and it fits in there great. It's just a teeny tiny little bit of play. That's fine. All right. Yeah, I think maybe we should have checked a little earlier. Okay, well, I didn't even. I didn't even touch the depth. Okay, I didn't even touch the depth. I just went over it one more time, and then it was perfect. I was like, oh, okay, there you go. So, and it's nice and smooth. Pretty good. All right, there we go. I'm happy with that. So we're done. I think we just have to make the hole bigger so the threaded rod fits through nicely. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll take this bad boy off. Make sure everything is off. Okay, there it is. It's a finished product. These ones are taking 11 millimeter. So the little washer trick worked, all right? And now that's not perfectly smooth, something to grab on. I'm sure this was flopping around just a teeny tiny bit, but I think it's fine. If anything, it'll just be a little lopsided. Maybe leave that for a future project. This Meg is learning how to use the lathe, so. Alright, maybe just leave that there. I have a box of quarter-inch washers. Okay guys, so there it's kind of on there. I'm using the rod that came with the Warp9 kit, and unfortunately, yes, it is just a little bit, it's just barely not short enough, man. The thread just won't, it's like, I don't know, maybe there's like, it's like 10 millimeters off, man. So what I'd heard is that these the Redshift SM is like 14 millimeters wider or something than the stock than a KTM. So, and that looks about right. So so it just barely doesn't fit, unfortunately. I'm sad. Okay, so for whatever reason, these are just a little bit the wrong size. They're a little bit too tight. However, the puck fits in there nicely, so we're just gonna have to open these up just a little bit. Both of them are like that. So this is the threaded rod, okay, the 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna try to get the next drill bit up and open it up just a teeny tiny bit. Okay, so that's the 1564 drill bit. All right, and the next one is a 1/4. The 1/4 doesn't go through like that. All right, so we're gonna go drill it out to a 1/4. Okay, right. I've got the spacer in the vise. I'm using the aluminum soft jaws so it doesn't mar it up too bad. Okay, and then we're just gonna drill it to a 1/4. Okay, here we go. Maybe I could just ream it out. I don't know. No, it has to be the same size throughout the whole thing. So. Okay, will it fit in there now? I am sure it will. Yes, there we go. Yeah, it's actually kind of tight too. So, okay, that's that one. Now we got to do the other one. And didn't even mar it up. Nice. You know what? I will go. I'm gonna get the 1564 bit right quick. And we'll run that one through it first. Yeah, no. Just run the 1/4 through it, HUSQVARNA. Stop being a little dork. I don't want it that tight, dude. It doesn't have to be that tight. Yeah, I want it tight, but I don't want it. It doesn't have to be super dupery tight. Because we gotta uninstall it too, you know. Okay, and fits in there, right? A little bit of play, it's okay. A little bit of play is okay, because everything's going to clamp together anyways. Okay, there we go. Fully modified. That's the final product there, guys. This is what's left of the Warp9 axle nut, alright? Okay, so last thing to do is we need to cut our rod down the size. So where this is going to go right here. Take this off. That's going to go right there. It wants to keep on falling off. Okay, so I've got the spacer on the other side already. Run the rod through the other side. Okay. Yes. And then we're going to put the puck in. Okay. And then we're going to go get our nut. Wants to come apart. Right, so I have a what's called a cap nut or acorn nut. We're going to put that on the end here.
And Hazemag is going to try a different trick with this time. I'm going to put red Loctite on it so it doesn't come out. So basically, effectively turns it into a bolt. Okay, that's going to go in there like so. Okay, and now we know how much to cut. Oop. So what's nice about these is these pucks are inset. The bolts don't stick out of them. That's what's nice about them. Okay, so we're right here, okay guys, and then what I want to do is mark it where we're going to cut it. We're probably going to cut it less than this, alright? I'm going to make a mark and then we're going to cut to the inside of that a little bit after I get a marker. I guess it's okay to have it a little bit longer, that's fine. Cut it however you want it, man. Alright, and I'm going to mark it like right... We'll mark it right here and I'll cut it on the inside just a little bit to the inside of it. Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of room to put a nut in there. So, yeah. You want the rod to be a little bit less than the puck. Right, if you mess up, I still got enough room to do another. All right, so take this out. Okay, so the mark is right there. I'm gonna go cut it. All right. Okay, I got my handy cutting wheel buddy here, and we're gonna go cut it. So we're gonna cut it to the inside, just inside of the black mark here. Okay, so it's a little bit shorter than the lip of the puck. So this is the one that we need. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go clean up the edge, so the tip, so it'll take a bolt. And that goes on nicely. Well, blam! All right, you have effectively made a bolt, a very long bolt. Okay, I'm gonna go get our puck out of the other one. I just left it in there. Oh, it doesn't want to come out now. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then we're gonna transfer that over here. So the spacer goes in there, this goes in here, and this goes in here. And then we can pretty much put it through any side we want. Okay, here we go. So this side goes on this side right here, nicely. Awesome. And so this one already does have a spacer on it. The nut is, the old nut is the spacer, okay guys? And then we're gonna put the other end in. Okay, we're going to put this right here. And we need another... Okay, I've got this nylon locking nut. That's the one that you want to use. Stick it in there. Okay, I think it's a 10 and 11 millimeter. Okay, so I think it's going to take a 10 and 11 millimeter. The acorn nut is a 10 millimeter, right? And the locking nut is an 11. Okay, tighten the two together. If there's too much sticking out the other end, we can grind it. It's not stopping. There you go. Okay, and there we go. It's pretty secure. It's not sticking out the other end. Maybe we might want to grind it a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit. All right, let's go take a look at it. So that's the finished product there, guys. It definitely doesn't stick out as much as my Well, one side sticks out farther than the other. It's kind of annoying. Not gonna lie, yeah, one side sticks out further than the other. So, if anything, you might want to add a spacer to it, but that's fine. Yeah, one side sticks out farther because the other side has a nut on it, alright? So, this is actually going to make it farther, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. If anything, I would want it to stick out a little bit farther, guys. It would be, I feel like this side should be sticking out more, but the chances of your forks touching the ground are not great, guys. All right, it will touch the handlebars before it touches the forks. Right, you don't really need it. All right, but it's good to have. All right, and so there it is. That's what the inside looks like. Okay, that's what the inside looks like. It's sticking out quite a bit. What I might want to do is grind maybe a thread or two off. All right, and then yeah, this is a cap nut, so that's always going to be fixed, and that's good. So, all right, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind like a couple threads off, like maybe 2 threads, and I'll call that a day. Like as it is right now, it's okay. It's not sticking out a whole lot, so, and it's tight. All right, it's not, you can't twist it with your hand. All right, but that's the way it looks, guys. So, did it turn out the way I wanted it to? Sort of, kinda. Yeah, because I think no matter what, this one's going to stick out more because this one had the nut on it before too. So I don't know. That's a good question. Is that the way they designed it? I don't think the Warp9 is that awesome, is what I want to say. All right, even compared to the Hades Omega skateboard puck system. All right, yeah, there it is. All right, one's a little bit. It's kind of lopsided. It's kind of annoying. Oh yeah, but the other one was supposed to. It was supposed to take the place of the nut. So this one, well, if anything, it just makes it a little bit longer. It's just a teeny tiny bit. It would be almost the same. So yeah, it is. It bugs me a little bit, guys. That one side is a little bit longer than the other, but that's fine. Whatever. I could live with it, man. All right. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is grind a couple threads off of this. All right, like 2 threads. And then yeah, and then we'll be done. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put red Loctite on this, all right, and then it'll be stuck, okay, forever. Hopefully it'll be stuck forever. And that way you don't need to have like 2 wrenches. It'll be easier to tighten, is what I want to say. That it won't, the whole thing won't come apart. It'll be basically a bolt and a nut. All right, cool. Okay, I went ahead and shortened it a little bit. What HUSQVARNA is going to do is I'm going to put some red Loctite, alright? This is my first time trying this. I want to see if it works. We're going to put some red Loctite on the tip here. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff, guys. That's the stuff that won't let go. Alright, and then we're going to go get our... and that will effectively make it permanent, alright? I need a little more. Let me add one more dab. It might be nice and liquidy now, but it won't be for long. Oh yeah, that's too much. Put too much, Hades, back now. Too much there. Okay. And now we're gonna just tighten it. Okay. There we go. All right, I'm gonna let that sit like that and harden, and then after lunch we'll go finish the install. All right. HUSQVARNA here. It's been after lunch and then some. Okay, I'm pretty sure that red Loctite has set. All right, I'm just gonna really try to take it out, and yeah, it's glued on there pretty much. Okay. So let's go. Let me go try to install it, and it will be done. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and install this guy. So obviously this is the side that's gonna be on the left side. Got my 11mm here and my 10mm here. Okay. Shouldn't take too much force to get in. I've got the puck right here. We're gonna put the sleeve in. Okay. I'm gonna put the bolt, the one with the bolt head. All right. We're gonna run that through there. Alright, now we're going to put our left side spacer, alright, in the nut. I've already torqued the nut back in, okay guys? And then we're just going to put that in there. Okay. I'm gonna go to the other side and put the other spacer in. I feel this should have like another spacer now. And then put the puck in. Okay. Now we're going to tighten this side, and then it's going to tighten the nut in there. It's kind of hard to do, guys, but there we go. I got it. All right, and then we're going to go use the socket. All right, the ratchet. Stick it in the 11mm, and then go over here, tighten it until it does. And I'm going to tighten it until it kind of doesn't move anymore. Okay, and that's it. So it doesn't have to be super tight. It just has to be tight enough where I guess you can't spin it by hand. All right, and I think that's fine. And that should hold it in there. All right. That's how much is sticking out on the side. If you're wondering what that blue paint is, that was already there. Right. This is the end of the rod. The rod was blue. I think blue means it's like a zinc plated or something. Okay, well, there it is. So as you can see, the nut and the threaded rod are within here. Right now, if you wore the puck down maybe about halfway, you're probably going to start touching this. All right, but probably not a whole lot. Even if this hit the surface, it's not going to be really bad. All right, but yeah, I think when your puck gets to right here, you should probably replace it. Okay, guys. Here's the other side. Okay, so that's pretty much in there. So the nice thing about these acorn nuts is it kind of acts as like a slider itself. All right, it's really smooth. There's no sharp edges. It's not really going to gouge the floor all that much. All right, so okay, now we're going to go remove it. I'll show you how easily it is to remove, and then we'll be done. So now is the removal test. I've got my tools. And then see the other side. What we don't want is I don't want the cap nut to come out. And I don't think it came out. Okay. Pretty cool. So yeah. So basically, it stayed. Oh, boy, everything came apart already. Alright, so you take that end out, you take this end out, and wha-bam! There you go. It's all good to go. Alright, and the cap or the acorn nut did not come out. So basically you've made a really long bolt. Okay. So the red Loctite works, guys. I rarely use red Loctite, but for this I would use it, okay? Okay, so here's the components. I'm gonna go through it. There's a threaded rod in the center. All right, and it's kind of like a sandwich, guys. All right, you've got your nylon locking nut here. You've got the spacer for the puck. All right, and then you've got the puck itself. Then you've got the spacer for the right side, and then you've got the spacer for the left side, and then you've got the other puck. All right, with the other spacer. All right, and then at the very end of it is the acorn nut. Okay, and the acorn nut we red Loctited it in, so it'll be really hard to get out. All right, and my suggestion is just don't tighten it too tight, man. Just tighten it tight enough where these won't spin anymore. All right, cool deal. All right, there it is. So that's the scoop. That's how everything came together. The only thing we did not use is the original bolt and nut. Okay, there was a bolt, nut, and washer. All right, do we need a washer on this? No, I don't think so. Why would you need a washer when you're just putting it on this thing, right? This acts as like a washer. I don't even know why that washer's on the other one. Okay, it's a shame that the bolt didn't fit. If it, I'm not gonna lie, guys. If it was about like 1 centimeter longer, it probably would have worked. Okay, guys, but unfortunately, we're SOL in that department, so we had to make a new kind of bolt. And I made it using a threaded rod, all right, from a la Lowe's or Home Depot all thread. Okay, so it was pretty inexpensive. I'm pretty sure you can get one of these for less. The components I used to make the threaded rod or the center section. All right, the threaded rod probably cost me like less than $5, okay, or around $5, somewhere around that. Okay, so all in all, probably like a $60 slider now, and it works. It's functional and it looks good. It's, you know, it's minimalistic, all right, and you can replace the pucks. All right, so if you ever need to replace the pucks, you can get the pucks from Warp9 Racing for about $20. Okay, so unfortunately they don't sell them in different colors. You may be able to get these in different colors, and like I said, I'm the guinea pig. I feel that maybe there's a kit out there that would just bolt right into this. All right, unfortunately this part, the nut, I think this is supposed to screw into the axle. Yeah, this is supposed to screw in place of the axle nut, and it didn't. Okay, so it was too small. So if you could find the right kit that has the right size nut, then you could probably just thread this on in place of the one that's on there right now. But unfortunately, I can't do that. So we had to modify it. So that's the most modification we had to do. We had to turn this down to about 17.5 millimeters. All right, that's the magic number, guys. 17.5 will fit in that hole nicely. And then we had to slice off the hex head portion of this. Okay, so we just have to make it flat. And in my opinion, fits better. Look at how much. Oh, it just fell apart. Okay, and there you go. So that is the modified Warp9 Racing front axle or fork axle slider system for the Alta Redshift SM. I think it'll work. All right. Thanks for watching. Please hang out.